guys, it's Bianca Celeste here. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be doing this clean girl makeup look right here. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this. And I'm not gonna hold y'all up too long. Let's go ahead and get into the video. Alrighty, so first I'm gonna go on with the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. I'm gonna go ahead and pump that onto my face, just in little bitty dots. And then I'm going to take my hands and just pounce that into my skin. I don't really like to rub it in because then it, you know, when I rub it in, it kind of gets rid of the stickiness. So I'm just going to push that into my skin. And then I'm going to take my foundation of the day, which will be the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Foundation. I wear the shade 420. I'm going to pump that on the back of my hand, if there's any left. Oh my god, am I like out of foundation? What the heck? Okay, so actually y'all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my concealer and I'm actually going to apply that first. And I'm going to put that underneath my eye in a triangle shape. You do not have to spend too much time on this. Just get it underneath, just, you know, get it under your eye, girl. And then take your beauty blender. Make sure it's clean. I know mine looks a little bit dirty, but you know, I did clean it. So I'm just going to take my beauty blender and I'm going to pounce that underneath my eye. Make sure I'm looking up so I can get all underneath my eye crevices. And I'm just going to keep on blending. And I'm going to blend that out onto the outer edges of my face. And I'm going to take the butt of the beauty blender and I'm going to pounce around the edges of that concealer just to make sure everything is blended in nice and evenly. And as y'all see, that is brightening up my eyes pretty darn well, I would say. As I said in my previous makeup for a beginner video, you don't really want to go too dark because then it's not going to give you the brightening effect, but you don't want to go too light. So just maybe 1 to 2 shades, you know, lighter than your foundation color. I mean, unless you just like the bright under eye look. And also, yeah, it really just depends on what you're going for. So what I'm doing is I'm taking the leftover concealer from my sponge and I'm going down my nose, on my forehead, then I'm going on my chin, and then I'm going on the top of my lip. Now the reason why I'm doing it like that instead of adding more concealer from the wand is because I want this to look like a clean girl look, which is kind of natural. So yeah, I'm just gonna use the residue. And I'm also gonna take whatever I have left as well and put that on my eyelids for any discoloration. All right, so now I'm gonna go with my Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Foundation. This is in the color 420, and this does oxidize, which means it gets darker, you know, once you apply it to your face. I'm just shaking it up right now because, you know, I'm shaking it up because it has some, you know, I don't know if it's like separating in the bottle. So what I'm going to do is shake it up. And then I'm going to apply some on the, actually, no, I'm going to apply it in like little dots on the back of my, I'm going to apply it in little dots on my skin. I'm going to get it on my nose, forehead. And honestly, y'all, this is not a lot of foundation that I'm applying. This probably is 1 pump collectively. So what I'm going to do is take the butt of my beauty blender and I'm going to blend that in. Now what I'm doing is I applied the concealer first because I don't want to apply the foundation, then like, you know, keep having to layer and layer. No, I just applied the concealer and then I'm applying the foundation around the concealer, if that makes any sense at all. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. And as y'all can see, that is blended in pretty nicely. And yeah, I'm just gonna keep on blending, y'all. And I'm going to blend my forehead right here. And I'm going to also put that on my eyelids as well for any discoloration that may be there. So yeah, I would say we have a pretty flawless base so far. And pretty lightweight and natural, if I do say so myself. It's definitely giving clean girl aesthetic. I'm just making sure that I'm blending down my neck just so that the foundation is not like, you know, stopping right here. on my jawline, and also into your hairline a little bit as well, because you don't want to have like a hairline that's different from, you know, the actual color of your face. So yeah, y'all, as y'all see, my dark marks and everything are getting not colored up, they're getting covered up. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some eyebrows on my face, okay? Well, I already have eyebrows, but you know, I'm going to put some new eyebrows on my face. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that Juvia's Place I Am Magic Concealer, and I'm going to put that underneath my eyebrow. This is just a super easy way of helping me carving out my eyebrows before I put my eyebrow powder on. So I'm going to take a flat brush. I believe I got this from AOA Studio. Yeah, AOA Studio. And this brush was $1, y'all. So make sure y'all head over to that website and get y'all a $1 flat brush, okay? Because this brush is everything. I mean, like literally it's better than like the really expensive brushes, if I do say so myself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to carve underneath my eyebrow. And like I said in my previous video, you do have to have some artistic ability for this, you know, but honestly, once you get the hang of it, it becomes 10 times easier. So I'm going to do the same thing on my other eyebrow. Just kind of try to like follow your natural brow. Or, you know, if you want to make it higher, you have the ability to do that as well. But if you're a beginner, just try to follow your natural eyebrow and carve it out and then bring it down. Now, all the extra concealer, we're just going to blend that with our Beauty Blender. And we're going to blend that into our eyelid. And voila, we have a carved out eyebrow. So now what we're going to do is put some eyebrow powder on our eyes. If you don't have a brow powder, just use whatever you have, a pencil, you know, a pomade, whatever. Now I'm going to take my angled brush. It's two-sided, so this is the angled side and then this is the spoolie. I'm going to take the spoolie and I'm going to brush my hairs upwards. And as you see, it has a natural, like fluffy look. I'm going to follow that look as I'm applying on my brow powder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my brow powder and I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to follow the natural eyebrow hairs, you know, just follow your natural eyebrow hairs basically. And so basically in the front, like I make more fake eyebrow hairs up until about this point. So that way I could bring my eyebrows in just a little bit closer. And also that helps with my nose contour later on. And so basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to also enlarge my eyebrows in the areas that, you know, don't have as much hair. I'm going to make some fake hair on the top of here. But obviously you're just going to do what is right for your eyebrows. So, but if you want that clean girl look, you can't go too heavy handed. So I'm just going to be very natural and make very light strokes. And as y'all see, look at that difference. This is the eyebrow that I just put powder on, and then this is the eyebrow with no powder, just concealer underneath. So yeah, that is a huge difference, y'all. So yeah, if I wasn't going for the clean girl look, I would go in with the brow powder, but for the clean girl look's sake, we're just going to be very, very light-handed and just lightly fill in the parts that are, what's the word, sparse. Alrighty, so I finished the other brow off of camera, and then I added more concealer under the brow again to just define it a little bit more. Now I'm taking a fluffy brush and just blending that out. And oh my god, I love the way this is looking because it's just looking way more natural than if I had like an Instagram baddie brow, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm just gonna keep on blending out that concealer, and then as y'all can see, that added a natural highlight underneath my brow as well. I'm going to take my Morphe bronzer and I'm going to take a little bit of that with that same fluffy brush, and I'm going to put that all over the lid, but I'm going to do it in a way that is very, very natural. I don't want to do too much to the point where it's looking like a smoky eye. I just want it to look natural and clean because, again, that's the look we're going for. And yeah, I'm just going to do the same thing on the other eye. As y'all see, this is taking 2 seconds. Like, it's not taking very, very long. It's so easy. Any beginner can do this. Very beginner friendly. So yeah, basically we're done. I'm just gonna go ahead and blend just a little bit more. Definitely blend until your hands fall off because you don't want any lines of like demarcation. You don't want to see where it begins and where it ends. You know what I mean? So I'm just gonna keep going up. I'm just gonna keep on blending, girl. Alrighty, so next I'm gonna take my Rare Beauty blush in the shade Grace. I don't even think I've used this before. I may have, but honestly I don't remember. It's such a beautiful pinky shade. I'm just gonna go ahead and take 2 dots and put that on that one side. Take the butt of my beauty blender and I'm just gonna see how that blends out. And wow, that is coming out beautifully. I think I'm gonna go ahead and add 2 more dots because as y'all know, I'm a blushaholic, so I need all the blush that one can get. So I'm going to go ahead and keep blending that with the butt of my beauty blender. I haven't added any bronzer, any powder, anything. All I've added to my face so far was concealer and foundation. And I'm blending that up into my hairline, into my temples, as they call it. And that is a really pretty flush of pink. And I'm gonna keep building. Never start off with too much because it's easier to add than to, you know, take away. So I'm gonna keep on blending and oh my God, that is beautiful. And sometimes I even take it underneath my eyes because it just makes you look so doll-like, you know what I mean? And this foundation is looking just a tad bit light. I'm gonna fix that in just a second. It'll definitely become a little bit darker once I add my bronzer. And I'm just gonna go ahead and do that to the other side. And as y'all see, I've added even more and I'm blending that out. Now I may have one a little bit OD, but we're gonna fix it. But oh my God, this is such a pretty color, especially on dark skin. Oh my goodness, absolutely gorgeous. Rare Beauty blush, everybody. Rare Beauty blush in the shade Grace. And I even take the excess on the back of the beauty blender and I put that on my nose. So you can't really see it, but you can see it a little bit. You know what I mean? And if you want to be extra, you can actually put a little bit from the wand onto your nose, like if you want it to be very, very visible. Alrighty, so now I'm going to take my Laura Mercier translucent powder. And y'all, this is my favorite powder. Like, it does not budge. I'm gonna take that, and what I'm doing is taking my beauty blender. It should be the slightest bit damp, but damp is in. No water, like it should be damp as in no water is coming out of the sponge. It's like dry, well, it's not dry, but you know what I mean, damp, y'all. And I'm going to take the end of that and I'm going to press that into my eye. So I'm going to press that underneath my eye and basically keep pressing until it disappears and you can't see it anymore. So as y'all can see, look at that difference. Like, it has definitely like blurred my under eye. And it is just so beautiful. I absolutely love it. And we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. This will keep your makeup intact all day. You can put this all over your face, but honestly, I don't see a need for that. Also, make sure you are, if you're doing a clean girl look, make sure you take a little bit of that powder and just like cut your eyeshadow a little bit because it'll make it look way cleaner. And I'm also gonna take a little bit of excess and I'm going to put a little bit of that on my nose just because sometimes my nose can get a little oily. And that powder right here on the side of my eyeshadow, I'm going to press that in as well. I love pressing in my powder with the beauty sponge, y'all. It just gives the most flawless look in my opinion. And as y'all can see, my eyelids are just a little bit shiny just because I haven't really set them. Well, I put a little bit of bronzer on there, but you know, there's still some like unset concealer under here, but I honestly like to leave it like that. But if you don't want to, you can also just set that with a little bit of excess powder. I'm just going to keep blending in, y'all. Never stop blending. Alrighty, so next I'm going to go into my bronzer, and I'm also going to go into my angled fluffy brush, get a little bit of that, and I'm going to basically bronze my cheeks. You're gonna wanna go into the, what is it called? Maybe the hollows of your cheek. And you kind of just wanna like stamp and blend and keep going in like circular motions like this. So basically circular buffing motions so that you're getting everything blended. And you're also gonna wanna go up into your hairline. And as you can see, that's making everything come together, y'all. I'm getting all in my hairline, I'm getting my forehead, my cheek, and any excess you have go under your jawline. So as y'all can see, this part is bronze, this part is not. So it's super flat right here, and then this has some definition. Do y'all see that? So however much you want to bronze, that is completely up to you. I like to bronze pretty heavily, but at the same time making it soft. So yeah, y'all. Just bronzing my face, and then I'm going to do the same thing to the other side, the exact same thing. I'm going up into my hairline to make sure everything is blending, getting my forehead, going in buffing circular motions, and then I am going to take any excess down my jawline. And look at that difference that bronzer makes, y'all. It's honestly so beautiful. And then also I'm going to take a fluffy brush. It could be any fluffy brush, and I'm just going to lightly go down my nose and do a little light nose contour. I'm not gonna carve it out or anything. It's very light. So what I'm doing is I'm starting from the beginning of my brow, and then I'm going down like this. You want to keep these lines pretty close together, because if you keep them far apart, then you'll actually make your nose look wider. So again, starting from the beginning of my brow and bringing it down, and doing the same thing on the other side. And then I'm going to go on the tip of my nose. And yeah, since we're using a fluffy brush, it keeps everything blended. Like, it blends out super easy, great for beginners. And I'm just gonna keep on blending with that blush. So it's added a little bit of definition to our nose without being like a super harsh nose contour, if you know what I mean. And now I'm gonna go in with that bronzer again and another fluffy brush, and I'm gonna add a little bit more bronzer to my eyelid. You can leave it how it was, but I feel like I need just a little bit more definition in my eye, just a little bit more darkness for me personally. And I'm just gonna blend that out really, really well. And if you want to, you can take some excess and put it under here. If not, that's completely fine. Now I'm going to take the same fluffy brush that I used for my bronzer, and I'm going to dip it into my Maybelline Fit Me powder. This is the shade 355 Coconut. And I'm going to put that on the places that I did not set with my Laura Mercier powder. And that is adding just a little bit more color back into my face. And I'm going to also put some on my forehead, like in the center where I didn't put the bronzer, and on my nose as well. And I'm going to put some on top of the contour and the blush and the bronzer, just to blend everything together seamlessly. And if the liquid blush wasn't enough for you, you can go in with some powder blush. You can go in with whatever powder blush of your choice. I'm using the Juvia's Place in the shade Zane. And I'm just going to lightly put that on my cheeks, just for a little bit more color. All right, so now to set all of this and also to basically make it so my face is not so powdery, I'm going to go in with my facial spray. This is from Mario Badescu, and this is the Rose Water Spray. I absolutely love this spray, and I'm just gonna go ahead and put it on my face. That was a lot. So as y'all see, my face is, yeah, y'all see it, it's a lot of spray. Now if you don't want to do this, you know, you don't want to put as much spray, you don't have to. But me personally, go ahead and spray me down. You know what I mean? So this is definitely going to help your makeup to look more flawless. It's not going to look so powdery. You know what I mean? So I personally love all the spray I can get. And I'm just going to take anything I can find, clearly, and I'm just going to fan it like this until basically it dries down. Because don't be afraid to do it, y'all, because it will dry down. Trust me. It may not look like it'll dry down, but it'll all dry down, and dry down so beautifully. And as y'all see, it is drying down so nicely. As y'all can see, it's left me with a little bit of a glow. So my skin is looking very healthy and hydrated. Now, if you want some extra glow, because you're extra like me, oh, and I'm not gonna take that brush. I'm gonna take this fluffy brush right here, and I'm going to go back into that Juvia's Place palette, and I'm going to grab this shade and this shade right here. This is like a highlighter shade, and I'm going to put a little bit of that on the high points of my cheeks. I'm not going to do a lot, just a little bit for that, like, okay, that's a lot. Okay, I'm not going to purposely do a lot, but you know, if it does come out just a little bit too much, no worries. Just take your beauty blender and just basically push it in, and that'll help a lot. And then I'm gonna go on with the other side and do the same thing. And I'm getting underneath my brow bone, and then I'm kind of just going in like a C shape under my brow like this. And I like to get on the tips of my cheeks because it makes me look flush, my chin, and just a little bit on my forehead, a very little bit. So yeah, y'all, I'm looking glowy and healthy, and I'm absolutely loving this look. Oh my God, so cute, y'all. And just make sure you keep blending and make sure everything is flowing seamlessly. And now I'm gonna go on with the new Fenty Beauty Hella Thick Mascara, and I'm just going to coat my eyelashes with that. I like to go in first just by coating my eyelashes. Then I like to take any product on the tip of the wand and put that at the tip of my eyelashes, because that's where most of the product lies. And I just like to roll the wand up, and then I like to go on the top of my eyelashes and bring it down. And as y'all can see, oh my God, I love this mascara. Typically, I'm not too picky about mascaras, but this mascara is like bomb. Like, if you are going to spend $20 on any mascara, let it be this one. Fenty, you knew what you was doing, girl. And to finish off, we're gonna go in with the shade Role Model in the AOA Lip Pop. I'm gonna take that one and just swipe it across my lips. You could use whatever lip gloss you want to, girl. This is the one I like to use. And I just need a little bit of flesh of color. And sometimes I like to take a little bit of powder bronzer, and I like to outline my lips with the bronzer. I don't know why, but like red undertone bronzer looks so good on my lips. Okay, so as you can see, that has made a really natural shade on my lips. I'm gonna go ahead and add some clear lip gloss on top of that. I'm going to do a little bit of extra blending, and voila, y'all, we are done. And this is the look. All right, guys, so here is the clean makeup look. I hope you were able to learn something from this video, and I hope you were able to recreate it. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, because it will really help me out on this channel. And again, thank you so much for watching. Bye.